everybody, it's Lavetta from She Busy Productions, and I am finally back with an update for the EBMS, for the Entertainment Business Masters of Science program. I probably am going to be looking down a fair bit because I've not done an update in a while, and I've pretty much forgotten a lot of the information. I'm pretty much going to be doing a kind of like recap of the last few months, and it's going to be kind of difficult for me to remember a lot because I just checked and saw that my last video was posted in July, like July 7th, and I completely apologize for that. But let me tell you all this. I thought that entertainment business was going to be pretty much a walk in the park, like digital cinematography was, just because, you know, I'm book smart and I kind of tend to rely and fall back on book smarts. But it is not. It is not that easy at all. It's a whole nother, as they say, it's a whole different type of situation going on in the master's degree program. I'm kind of fishing around now because I want to make sure that I get everything right for you guys, and I'm trying to log in because I can't sorry, it's my dog. I don't really remember all of the like assignments, and I remember the grades. I don't remember all of the kind of like assignments and kind of details about things. So I'm logging in so that I can check over the assignments and let you guys know. So give me a minute while I dig that up. All right, so while motorcycles go by outside and the pages are loading, I just want to say hey to LaShawn Colvin, who is also a full sailor. She's going for, I think, something that has to do with graphic design. Don't quote me, but I know that I've seen a lot of her new drawings on Facebook, and the girl is pretty good, so when you get a chance, check her out. Hi, Sean. And also there was somebody who just said something to me, I think like B Movie Studios or something like that. They have a little B as their I think it's as their little profile on YouTube, and he said that he was in the DCBS program as well in at Full Sail, and he said that he watched all of my updates. I'm just flabbergasted that people are still watching them, and that so many people are finding relevance in these videos. I'm going to, let me see if I can find it. I keep forgetting that I have a ton of stuff on YouTube that is private, or, you know, not necessarily private, but like unlisted, because there were a lot of assignments that we had to submit to YouTube just, you know, for the teacher to review. And it's kind of weird that I have to scroll through like all of these things. Yeah, B Vision Films. Currently started in the DCBS program and watched all my updates. The updates keep me motivated and gave me good indication on what to expect from class to class. Good job. Let me see. Go run over there and subscribe to B Vision Films. B as in B-E-E. B Vision Films. Ooh, good work. From what I can see. Nice camera work, B Vision. Nice camera work. All right, getting into this master's degree program, and I tell you, I can't even almost like not even really remember the names of all of the classes that I've had. Right now, I'm currently in product and artist management. It's kind of, I think it's funny because they short name it kind of PAM, P-A-M. That one's going really good. I'm in my 3rd week of that. I just finished all of my homework for week 3, so hopefully that comes out good. The one that I was just in was negotiating and deal making. We'll get to that one. And, oh, here we go. Came that quick. So since I haven't said anything since July, I'm going to take it that I need to go all the way back to July. I hope you guys can see me. Because, let me tell you, I'm not using the FS100 because it's packed away because I have to go shoot tomorrow. And I did not feel like dealing with the laptop and the lag in the audio. Didn't feel like dealing with that today because I have a brief window before I have to like jet off and go do something else. So let's get to it. If I haven't said anything since July, then that means the last class that I had any type of knowledge of was a project and team management. After that, it would have been business storytelling and brand development. Then there was entertainment business finance. I was concerned about that one, but I got it. Then negotiating and deal making, and now product and artist management. So going back up to business storytelling and brand development. Of course, I will post all the grades in here. I got an A+ in that one. We had several case studies in that class, and I think this is where all the case studies first came into play, where you could they gave you like scenarios of different companies or different kind of things that would happen, and how would you handle that type of situation. That class was really interesting. You really got to figure out who you want to be as a company once this is all over. And that was only, let me see, 1, 2, 3, the fourth class that I had. So the master's degree program takes no time jumping in and getting to the goods, and I guess it's because it only takes a year to get the master's done, whereas with the bachelor's it takes about 3. So I guess that's why they have to hit it so hard. But I promise you, I have probably never written as many research papers in my life. And I was always an English major and had like a lot of English homework. I have not written that many papers in my life as I have in just these, I think I've been 6 months of my master's degree program. The writing is serious in these APA streets. And like I said before, I believe I said this in a video, if you don't know what APA style research papers are, get to know them if you plan on coming to Full Sail University. And I'm not saying any of this to scare anybody. It's just that when you get to this point in your educational career, you're getting ready to move on and form companies, you do need to do your research and find out all about your company and what the competitors are like. And at first I was like, why do we have to know so much about our competitors? But you really need to know every single thing your competitors are doing. It's almost kind of like being like paparazzi hater-ish. You have to know everything that your competitor is doing in order to better who you are. If your competitor is selling hot dogs, then how much better could you be if you sold chili dogs? Like, you have to be able to one up the people in your market. So that's kind of like what business storytelling and brand development taught us about, knowing who you are, getting to the core of who you were, and figuring it out from there and trying to move on and see what you were going to do. After that was entertainment business finance. I've said it before, say it again. I don't really like numbers, but I was terrified of this class before I even signed up and knew that this was the degree program that I was going into. Terrified. But once I saw what this class was about, I totally loved it. And surprise, surprise, I landed an A+ in this class as well. It was more so, it was logical math to me, because I can't do X plus Y equals 48. I'm not getting ready to do that, because that could be a number of things. But this class was more, if you make 10 cents off of one CD, how many CDs do you need to sell in order to make $50,000? Okay. Now, it says if $50,000 is your goal to earn, but you owe Lester like $100,000, how much money, how many CDs do you need to sell to be able to make your 50 and pay Lester back? So it was really good. You do a lot with break even cost, I think it was. And I know one is break even quantity. So you have to be able to do all that kind of stuff. And I'm telling you, I actually ended up liking this class, and I have never liked a math class in my life, but I actually like this one, and I caught myself doing extra work just so I could make sure that I completely had my company down to a science and what I wanted to do. And it's not just for She Busy Productions. I'm going to be getting into some other joint ventures later on down the road. Probably you can look for something in the spring. I'm going to start it off with, we're going to do like a joint kind of announcement and giveaway. It's going to be like mad sickening. So you can look for more. I'll drop little hints here and there, but it's going to be really, really, really good. And I'm kind of excited about it. And this degree program has helped me to figure it out a lot. So yeah, entertainment business was all about figuring out how to make the money work. And being able to pay the bills in your company and pay your employees and lay it all out. Like, we had spreadsheets in this, and I was like, dear God, I haven't done an Excel spreadsheet in like never. But with the Excel spreadsheets and everything, they kind of like made it okay. And it gave you, what we did was, what was it? Projections, horizontal and vertical, analysis. I know we did horizontal and vertical analysis, and we also did future projections. Like, if you made this much in 2012, how much do you think you're going to be making in 2014? And it really helps you to categorize and figure out where you were gaining and losing money per year and how you could fix that. So the entertainment business finance class was probably one of the best classes I've had so far. Shocker. After that was the class that I had last month, which was negotiating and deal making. Didn't really, could have applied myself a little bit better, but at the end of the day, I was kind of satisfied-ish, I guess. It was a lot more hard. It was a lot more work than I thought it would be. And I think that's my fault, because sometimes I procrastinate and then I turn around and underestimate, and that was completely my fault. I think something happened. Let me see. What month was that? September. Oh, let me tell you. At my day job, like, people quit. And so I ended up working astronomically long hours. I was working from like 5:45 a.m. to about 5:30 p.m. And that didn't really leave good time for me to come home and be able to do work and still handle all the stuff that I have to do in my daily life. So September was a bit of a struggle for me to get things together, but now I've got it in a good flow. I'm still working the same kind of crazy hours, but I've got everything in a good flow. I'm managing my time a lot better, as you can see, since now I'm back on camera. And I've even had time to like do stuff in my personal life, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, negotiating and deal making kind of was I didn't enjoy it. But I will say I learned a lot. It was like haggling, sort of, but the art of haggling, not just like what you would normally do at a garage sale. It's kind of like what you would do if you had to pretty much strike a deal. So I said all that to say this, because in the class I was kind of bored with it. But today I went to the Sprint store, and I had bought some accessories for a phone for my daughter, and I was kind of on the fence about getting in, and I was kind of not. And I had this one thing that I wanted too, and I was kind of like, I don't really want to spend all that money, and I'm hemming and I'm hawing, and I had all this stuff piled up. And at the last minute, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I don't want to do all of this. And you know, the sales rep, and I'm quite sure he gets paid on commission, was saying, well, you know, I can take this, and all you would have to pay was the tax, and it's only going to be like $100, and, you know, and then they'll just spread it out over 2 years and blah, blah. And I'm thinking, do I really want to be paying for a Bluetooth and some phone cases for 2 years? And I promise you, I was just like, no, I'm not going to do it. And so his manager came over because he saw he was struggling, and he had a little conversation with him on the side. I turned and was talking to my daughter about the fact that people were coughing and not covering, or just blowing their nose and wiping it with the back of their hand. Come on, people. Like, Ebola is real. And not even that, the flu is real. Being nasty is real. Stop doing that. I digress. But the manager was talking to him because he was having some issues, trying to land the sale. And I was just like, I'm just not going to do it because I don't want to pay all this for accessories now when, something might come up later. He's like, oh, you don't want to have a phone without a case. You might drop it. I'm like, she never drops her phones. It's me who drops phones. And, he just really wanted to land it. So finally, his manager came over and talked to him again. And I heard something about, deals. I was like, oh, okay, let me see. And here they gave me, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of the cases, because they were like OtterBoxes. So you can imagine 4 OtterBox cases, a Motorola sliver Bluetooth, which is kindly located in my ear, and my daughter got some Bluetooth, and we upgraded phones. It was just like a lot, but the accessories we got were pretty substantial, and I think I paid $20. And it was at that point that I'm signing the stuff, and I got done. They were doing something. I turned to my daughter. I was like, I guess negotiation and deal making did kind of come in handy, because I just totally brought this man down from, it was close to $200 to $20. And then as I'm standing there talking to her, I'm kind of whispering under my breath, I can hear the boss saying to him, oh, well, now that we've done this, we're going to have to follow through with it because she's making out. Like, she's paying nothing. And I thought to myself, well, I guess negotiating and deal making has paid off. In that class, though, however, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wonderful classes, one of them being the orientation, so I can legally say 5 wonderful, pristine, unblemished classes in negotiation and deal making, I got an A. And I promise you, when I saw that A pop up amongst the other A pluses, I was a little heartbroken, and I was whining on the phone to my daughter like, oh my God, I get an A. And she was like, Mommy, don't make me come down there. She said some people would literally kill for that, and they struggle for it and they don't get it. So suck it up and stop it. Try harder next month. And I said, okay, that's true, because somebody got a C and was like happy for it or bummed out about it. I got an A. Could have done better. It just kind of hurt my feelings that now my GPA is a little tarnished, but like she said, try again next month. And I know a couple of times I could have did a little bit better. So that's going to be my thing that I'm going to try and do next time. Right now, because I know that I'm probably not going to be able to fully review this class, I'm going to tell you what's going on initially in product and artist management, and then I'll probably go back and tell you about some really important key things that you need to know if you're behind me. Product and artist management is more, I would call it artist management, because you're really learning how to handle deals. I think the assignment we had for last week was, no, that was this week. Being offered a number of deals for an athlete that you represent, and each deal sounds really good and the money is awesome, but some of them have a couple of clauses or little wordings that probably aren't good, but a lot of people would jump for it because of the money. So this class is really helpful with dealing with that, because I do hope to manage some artists and handle products and things in the future, because She Busy is just not going to be filmmaking. We're going to branch off and do a whole lot of other things, just kind of be like our own little kind of network conglomerate kind of thing. But yeah, it really helps with product and artist management to know what your client, because that's what they are, what your client is worth and what they will tolerate. And can you take this deal and stack it with that deal? Or like if I had a deal for She Busy shirts and the company put me under contract for She Busy apparel only, then that means they have the right to tell me I can't wear Nike socks because they have me under contract for apparel. But you have to understand that just because you have She Busy Apparel does not mean you can't drive a Ford Focus or something, because those two don't overlap and they don't coincide. And it doesn't mean that you can't drink Gatorade. You have to get things in different markets and learn how to stack those. So that was pretty helpful. Another thing that we talked about in pretty much all of the classes, because we talked about a few classes back and now it's showing up again in Product and Artist Management, is what they call SWOT, SWOT, and it stands for Strengths, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Threats. And it's how we plan out our companies. What is the strength of your company? What is the weakness of your company? What opportunities will your company have? And what are the threats that your company is going to have? Everybody thinks like, oh, we're strong, we're going to do this. Everybody has a strength, a weakness, an opportunity, and a threat. Everybody, every business, I don't care who you are. You have to think about it like that in order to best ground your business and to know what's possibly going to be coming up along the line. You got to know how to get into it, how to hit it, and how to make it work for you in the beginning so that it all works out okay. There are a bunch of different resources where you can look this stuff up. There are a bunch of different resources where you can look this stuff up online, but I guarantee you, learn about SWOT. That is so annoying. Learn about SWOT now, because even if you aren't going to be taking entertainment business, it's helpful in any company. It's helpful with anything you want to do. Even as a person, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What opportunities do you have? And what do you see as a threat to your goal? And not necessarily a threat like somebody out to get you, a threat to your goal, to a threat so that like you won't meet your goal. What could possibly hinder you, or what is set up to hinder you, but you have a way around it? That's what I would call, that's what is basically defined as your threat. My threat personally in the life that I have now is the fact that there are a lot of people who are willing to just wield a camera. And yes, they can probably be good, but not everybody has the formal training to be able to deal with certain situations like I do, or like many of us who are not even necessarily college graduates, but professionally minded as well. There's a certain way that I carry myself when I'm filming that I don't do in my personal life, or I don't do when I'm in my day job. Prime example, I just did, my daughter and I actually, September 13th, did a wedding. Because yes, she's an employee, she's old enough, and it was an outdoor wedding. It was very beautiful, and it wasn't like, oh, let me just grab this camera for my friend. It was a client that we had. So we wore our uniforms, we were well put together, we were quiet and in the background, spoke when we needed to, you know, handled things very, very professionally, delivered the product on time before the pictures were even in from the photographer, and, you know, had the DVDs made, labels made, everything done perfect. Everybody loved it, everybody cried hurrah. And it's because of the way we carry ourselves, the way we present our business. We weren't in the way, we weren't being bossy, we were working with the photographers, you know, okay, you go over there, I'm gonna go over here, let's try not to cross each other's shots, that kind of thing. It's all in how you carry your business. Everybody can buy a camera. Not everybody can buy class and professionalism, and that's something that everybody needs to know. Just because you are good does not mean that you are good to work with. It's just that simple. And you'll find that, I'm sorry, I was listening to my television. My grandmother taught me when I was younger, your gift will make room for you. And it's in the Bible somewhere, but don't get me wrong, I can't quote it. Which means if you are really, really good at this thing, you don't have to go to the top of the mountain screaming, hey, I'm good, I'm good. Someone will see you, know that you are good, and make a spot for you. Or fill a spot that they had with you. Or not even realize that they needed that and want you. You have to be presentable and professional at all times when you are operating in your official capacity. Now, what you do in your house is one thing. The minute you put on a badge or a lanyard or a t-shirt with something on it that says like your company, you are representing your company. And I believe it was, yeah, it's still in product and artist management. They're talking about like your character reputation of your company as a whole. You got somebody doing something horrible. Okay, say you had an athlete who you endorsed him and he's out there doing something really, really, really horrible. And then walking around with like your logo all across his shirt in court, it doesn't look good. You have to maintain a certain level of professionalism in order to excel in any business. And that's exactly what they're teaching us in these classes. So I'm thankful to everybody who has watched the videos. I'm thankful to everybody who has commented on the videos, everybody who's hit me up on Facebook. I told you all the minute I got some free time, I was going to get in here and get you a video done. And truthfully, this isn't even free time. Like, my eyes were so heavy, and it's still daylight. My eyes are so heavy because I have not really been sleeping, trying to get a lot of things done and get things taken care of. But I wanted to update everybody and let everybody know how I was doing. I do have a camera comparison that I'm going to do between my FS100 and a Panasonic AC90 that I recently got. I'm going to do that and probably put it up a little bit later and tell you all what was in the pack. It's going to be really short because I forgot to film the unboxing of it, but I can talk to you about what's in the package and all that kind of stuff, and I'll get all that taken care of. So be looking for that. I might post that on the She Busy Life. I'm not sure. And you can look for a review of some hair products that will be on the She Busy Life soon. Do y'all hear that? And I'm not taking it out either. Ignorance. So you can be looking for a couple of things getting ready to pop up on the She Busy Life. Also, there's a survey. I'm going to link it down below. If you can, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to get on there, check out the survey, take it for us. I think it's only like 10 questions. So we really kind of need that information to make sure that we can get things popping and right. So until next time, and next time will probably be this week when I wrap up PAM, Products and Artist Management. When I wrap that up, I'll definitely be back to tell you all about everything else. So for right now, I'm going to sign off, but trust me, you are getting some more videos on probably both channels. Be looking for me, and I will see you later. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm going to get to them because I have another question and answer video that I would like to get up soon. So yeah, I'm going to put up a screenshot of my grades here to prove that I do not fib. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you all later on this week. Bye.